Hello, Galaxy, or should I say hello, creators, hello, fellow entrepreneurs, hello, freelancers, hello, those of you who are pursuing an independent life. I am here for you. I am Chris Perillo. I am a fellow creator, entrepreneur, slash whatever label you wish to place upon me. Happy to take those labels. This is another advice video for you if you happen to be watching live on YouTube, youtube.com/CreatorAdvocate. I have also been uploading these videos to our Facebook page. If you are so inclined, you can join our chat room, specifically with other creators and entrepreneurs. Head over to CreatorAdvocate.com. That's currently a way to get in, though I'm not exactly sure if that's something that you want. If you want regular advice, how you want that advice, what value I might be able to provide to you on a regular basis. So if there's any issues with the video after it's streamed live, it's because it was streamed live. In fact, that's the question for tonight. I received a question during another live broadcast as I pull up I guess a very yellow virtual sticky note to read the answer. So if my color changed, I'm not a chameleon. Don't adjust your set. Don't adjust your screen. If you have, that's what we used to call them, television sets, back in the day when you had to you were the remote control, or I was, with my parents, like, hey, turn it to channel 5. You'd have to physically get it. Anyway, the question came in from Michael Jacobs, wondering in terms of his particular pursuit if he should go pre-recorded or live with a video. Now, as I've mentioned, as you very well know, I am streaming this particular video live. I am the only person in the room, so I'm not just doing the content, but I'm also the person responsible for making sure that the camera's set up right, and the microphone's set up right, and the lights are set up right, and the broadcast tool is set up right, and this is done, and that is done. I got to do 30 different things, before I can begin to stream something live. And when something goes awry during a live broadcast, again, it's just me. So I have to remember every so often to turn back, to interact with the people that I have here in chat. This is not the Creator Advocate chat room. It's another one of the chat rooms that I have. But wow, you got a notification for this live stream? That's amazing. YouTube's notifications have been really, really wonky. Now, this actually kind of speaks to the idea of going pre-recorded or live. There's certain ways to do it, but there's certain benefits and drawbacks to each. So when streaming live, you never know what's going to happen. I like that. When streaming live, the quality may not be absolutely amazing, or it may work well enough. I find that the trade-off is okay in terms of what I get out of it. But what I get out of it. Did you hear me? I can't go back and edit that out. That may just bug you. It doesn't bug me at all. I like going live. I like being able to interact with people in a live capacity because I tend to shoot video live to tape. There's another, phrase that kind of takes me back. When it was actual tape, now it's not. It's a digital file. So it's just a mouthful to say digital. No, live to digital file. No one says that. Maybe I should start saying it. I'll start a trend that no one will adhere to. But I prefer going live because I feel like that's the way I shoot video anyway. And then I have the added bonus of being able to pull in a chat during a live broadcast, which I can't really do with the pre-recorded video because those people may only be able to watch when it's live. Now, granted, I could stream live in a private capacity and record maybe in a higher video quality, and then use that as a video or a basis for a video. But the benefits of going live is that I'm done. After this video is wrapped, I'm done. I've covered the topic. I've answered the topic. I've done whatever it is I need to do. I've engaged with a community. I've accomplished all of my goals, and I can move on with life. Versus a pre-recorded video, which is probably better if you want to take your time and you're a perfectionist and you want visual changes in the video. If you want different elements in the video that you can't necessarily do when you're producing live, because it would just take more time to do something in a non-live capacity. I could even use a tool that would allow me to do transitions, and I could go to what they call B-roll, or I could go to footage if I needed to. I could cut away to pre-recorded footage. I never do that. that would be very helpful to do if I had, a producer here in the room with me. But I am writer, talent, director, producer. I am wearing pretty much every hat that needs to be worn to be able to produce. What? Oh, thank you, honey. My daughter got me green tea. I like doing live video. It makes me feel more human. I mean, it makes me seem more human on the other side of the camera. I think there's sometimes a disconnect with pre-recorded content. You see people and you know they're real, but the human element is sometimes lost when everything is just so polished. So I feel that if you want to get going, live video is a great way to do it. If you've got the energy level, if you've got a focal point for a live video, for example, this topic is talking about pre-recorded versus live video. If you can think on your feet, if you don't want to spend a lot of time with post-production, live video is a great opportunity. Connecting with community, I can talk about all the values of live video. The challenges with live video is if you don't have the energy level, if you can't keep an audience's attention, if you relish that spit and polish of a produced video, live video wouldn't be for you. So if you want to spend more time in post, if you want to produce a video that is worth award, or if they make awards for produced videos, I'm sure they do, you go with a pre-recorded thing. But to me, a talking head type of video is better played live than it is played pre-recorded. And there's a way to have the best of both worlds, but that usually when you do that, you're layering in a different production needs and requirements. So I tend to skew more towards live. That's my bias. But if only because it gets people past that hurdle of, I need to make a perfect video. A live video, I couldn't even say the word perfect right. A live video doesn't need to be perfect. And it can still be a perfectly live video. Yes, but a perfect live video. So, I wouldn't say that either one is better or worse. It's just they're going to be different values for one over the other. I think you could start with either one. It's hard though in the beginning. Like, we're just kind of kicking up the Creator Advocate community, so I don't have a lot of fellow creators who are necessarily listening to my advice. Not a lot of entrepreneurs, even though entrepreneurs have listened to me over the years, not specifically, thinking of themselves as creators, but I think if you're creating a business, that's as much as creating content. Thoughts on having moderators for live videos? Depends. How big is that community? Right now, I don't think our communities are large enough to necessitate moderators. That could be overkill. You could be overthinking the problem. You could be, putting yourself in a position where you've overplanned for something. You'd be in a good position to need moderators for a community, but definitely not something that I think is an absolute right up front, unless you're walking into a rabid community with your first live broadcast, which you may or may not be doing. And thank you, by the way, Liz, for the super chat during this live broadcast on YouTube. Michael Jacobs asked, but my question is, if you're starting a channel, is it better to start doing videos to get an audience? So they know to come to a live show. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if you do pre-recorded videos up front or live videos, like on Twitch, for example. Who starts with pre-recorded videos on Twitch? Everybody goes live. So I don't think there's an answer to that unless it's a platform shortcoming. I don't think you have to do pre-recorded videos to get more people to tune in live. I think you do good live videos. I think you do good pre-recorded videos, and the community will follow you if they're a good community. If the community doesn't follow you, it may not be your fault. It may just be that the community is not much of a community. I hesitate to say that. It could be that they get busy and then you become, an option in their lives. It's not a good position to be in terms of being a creator. You're creating for that community. If the community is not responding in kind, and not because you've changed your methodology, you may be an option to them. You never want to be an option to somebody. And live is a great way to reconnect with the community. Creating a pre-produced video could be a great way of reconnecting with the community. But I don't think one trumps the other, at least as far as gaining a community is concerned. And Twitch is my practical example more than anything. Mubs 1001 asks, how's the YouTube ad situation affected you? I know it affected a lot of YouTubers. Great question. I will answer that in another live stream. If you don't mind, I will address that. Do you get noticed for not going live if you're not subscribed on YouTube? I'm not sure if do you get noticed? Maybe not. Depending on how many other people are streaming live or how you've tagged your video or how YouTube handles the situation now. But all the more reason you should connect your YouTube account to your other social networks and repurpose that content. Again, I'm going to be re-uploading this live video, even though it's not going to be perfect on the bookends, the beginning and the end. Apparently there's an issue with my encoder. Still not keeping me from doing it. People can watch the original live broadcast on the YouTube channel. But you should be teasing your live videos when you can, how you can, automatically. YouTube allows you to do that. And then, of course, if you have remote assistance, a virtual assistant, if you remote help, whatever you want to call it, they may be able to help further accelerate any kind of live engagement, even during the live broadcast when you can't do it because you're too busy running the show. Yeah, I mean, there's different platforms have different values and different ways of using the system. But I've already talked through pretty much most of my response, what I intended on answering, and potentially clarified a few other situations for you. Thank you for asking a question. We already have our next topic for the next live video I'll be doing tomorrow. Thank you for that. Thank you for your support. Thank you for paying attention. I am going to go ahead and move on to get my green tea, which apparently my daughter, my 3-year-old, has lovingly prepared for me, which I hope was not done solo. I hope that my wife helped her with the green tea bag. It's a matcha tea blend. It's pretty tasty. It's like one of my favorite teas. Although I tend to, I like the savory teas, maybe a little more than green tea, but I don't like all the teas. I don't like all the coffees either. Okay, I've gone on live long enough. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you.